Let's talk for a second.
All
All
right,
right.
so here's the bracket, guys. This game's already been done. So let's just follow this for a second. Let's first tell the story of Zedd. So Zedd did not start here in this tournament. Zedd started back here. There was a semi-pro tournament that Zedd had to win all the way through before this tournament, the qualifier. 7 pros got invited to this tournament. 1 player was able to earn their way in. That player was Zedd. He won the semi-pro tournament. He earned this place having to fight Jaz, the reigning champion of the Alamo map, one of the top Blitz players. Zedd takes him out in an epic battle, 4-3. Zedd moves on. Legend moves on. Zedd beats Legend, top pro level player. To be fair, Legend hasn't been taking Blitz very seriously, but that's not really important. He beats Legend. Comes in here, loses to Kwos, drops down. Then comes through the winner bracket, beats Zane yesterday in an incredible battle, and that's how Zedd made it to the championship here. Kwos, on the other hand, just the story of wrecking people. 4-1, 4-2 versus Zane. Forget what he beat Zedd, but pretty good. He beat Zedd last time pretty handedly. Zedd held his own. So now Kwos is here. This is a double elimination tournament, which means that Zedd's already lost once. Kwos has not lost once. So Zedd has to now beat Kwos twice. So we're going to play best of 9. If Zedd wins the first, we play another one right after that. And Zedd has to beat him again best of 9. That's obviously Kwos' advantage for not losing. Now, both these players have already accomplished a lot. The loser today is taking home $50. The winner is taking home $150. Quick shout out to the sponsors: Apple Drop, Larry, Syndrome, MS372, Schmo, Code Stella, Code Sora, and Jericho, helping me support this tournament, putting those donations in. Great prize pool for these players. And that's where we're at. Now, let's get it going without further ado here. Snark, talk to me about how you're feeling about this. Who do you think's going to take this one home?
Who do I think is going to take this one home? I don't know. Kwos has been completely unbeatable this tournament. He has 2 lives at this point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But on the other hand, Zedd, the underdog, has had so much practice. He's beaten all the big names in this tournament to reach the finals here. It's going to be a close one, Ivor. It's going to be a close one.
It's gonna be close. I'm so excited. I got my suit on. All right, let's hit it. Snark intro. Don't say anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz World Series.
Player defeated.
All right, guys, we're loaded up. We're locked and loaded here in the Blitz pit. Round number 1, because there could be 2 in this championship match, but it is the championship match, the final 2 players in this $200 Big Little Lake World Series of Blitz tournament. We got Kwos in red fighting out of Jordan in the bottom right, Zedd in yellow fighting out of Algeria in the top left. Both players have proven themselves. Kwos, the higher traditional player, and also has done better in this tournament so far, but Zedd, I think, Snark, an interesting thing here is that Zedd has gotten so much better throughout the tournament. Like, each match, Zedd has even looked better than the match before, and we just saw him look really strong against Zane yesterday. Did that surprise you in that match, how well Zedd played?
I did not think it would end like that. Zedd definitely has become much stronger, and I think I'm the proof, right? I played against, like, Jaz one game, a few of these players here and there one game, embarrassed myself a little on stream, and, you know, when Zedd played me, he didn't smash me, it was 4-2. Right?
Yep.
And then he's smashing all these guys that smashed me. So Zedd has clearly gotten much better. And I'm expecting great things in this series. We're starting off with the Soviet versus Soviet. That's one type of game. We're going to switch it up soon. And I'm very curious to see what the plan is here.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. And I think the biggest plan is, I mean, Soviet versus Soviet, this first match versus Kwos, everyone has struggled. Kwos is Soviet versus Soviet. It's traditionally where he's most comfortable, and in this matchup, he's dominating people as well. But, you know, best of 9, there's plenty of time here. I'd like to see Zedd. Zedd kind of looking to try to play Rhino Wars with Kwos here. More of a conservative build, though, which is interesting, but it's tough. Rhino Wars with Kwos is really, really tough, but I think it is a big statement from Zedd to come out of the gate and say, hey, you know, I know this is your style. I'm gonna try to beat you with it. In this Soviet versus Soviet matchup, but I think things will definitely get more in Zedd will have more of a chance in some of the other matchups we see here, but as I say that, this Soviet versus Soviet matchup is very even right now.
It is very even, as they're going for the double War Factory first strat, Kwos preferring the oil walk. into Zedd's base. So he's coming in here. He has a forward bunker, a forward barracks. He's spamming the conscripts. He's going to try and make a push here before Zedd's advantage of 2 war factories outweighs. And he gets a second war factory out as well.
Yep, and Kwos pushing with quite a bit here. Good amount of conscripts on the front line. And that's what's going to put Kwos ahead here is those conscripts. Zedd does have the money to be joining fodder in, but he to bring fodder in, but he's not. He does have his radar out, so it looks like we'll see a Deso from Zedd here shortly.
There we go.
Yep, so Zedd going to bring that Deso in. Going to get a lot done with that Deso. Does clear out the conscripts.
Nice.
And now going to get a lot of chip damage. And Kwos, and Zedd could have, and Kwos going to now pull back behind his bunker.
So Kwos does get the war factory snipe, gets out of there. Kwos on 3 war factories, Zedd on radar tech. I assume Zedd is making, okay, he's making more power first. And, but 3 war factories versus 1. Zedd needs to be careful. Oh, the Tesla coil comes out. Don't know about the positioning though. I would have wanted more centered.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to take out a couple sentry guns. And Zedd should be looking to push here. Like you mentioned, he is significantly behind on war factories. Zedd, about even, maybe a slight edge for Zedd right now on Rhinos, but he will be losing that shortly with his war factory disadvantage. Pushes into that bunker.
And Kwos is the one that takes up first before Zedd actually. So now Kwos is also ahead on war factories, also ahead on tech. Zedd needs to think of something out of the box. Maybe, you know, a demo truck into his base or something. War factory goes down.
Yep, that would be juicy. That right side war factory from Zedd is looking really, really nice. That'd be a nice hit for a demo truck. Zedd needs to be looking to get a little bit creative. Once you lose the tech rush, you know, you're going to fall behind on the naval battle. As I say it, there it is. You're going to fall behind on the Iron Curtain. Things are not going to tip in your favor trying to play catch-up. You've got to try to be looking to try to mix things up here, but...
Definitely. And Zedd decided to go 3 war factories before he started to camp. Only gets the lab out now, and now he's low power, and the Dreadnought is here.
Dreadnought's out. And no anti-air.
Oh.
Zedd out with his own naval.
Oh, but that's huge 2 oils power.
Yep. Perfect oil hit. Picking great targets here from Kwos. And now Zedd out with a Kirov. Like we talked about, trying to get a little creative, but it's a little too late for that now. Zedd tried to push Battle Lab. You know, this game we saw Zedd, both players trying to play the same game, and Kwos was just quicker to the click. And it's really, really hard to come back from that. You know, just trying to, just making Iron Curtain later, making tech later. Well, actually only about 4 seconds behind on the Iron Curtain, but anyway. Yeah, things are going down quick.
But these Dreadnoughts, man, they're doing so much damage. Oh, the nuclear power plant is going to go down. Almost went down. That means that Zedd's... Oh, and Zedd just quits.
Zedd quits out.
Wow, what an intense battle there. It was in and out, pretty even. A little bit of a race. But ultimately, Kwos came out on top.
Yeah, yeah, and Frank mentioning converting winning position there. There was that point where after Kwos pushed, where Zedd was ahead, and I think that's what Frank's referring to. Right after Kwos pushed, Zedd countered it pretty well, and then didn't counterpunch. And in Blitz, I mean, you're going to pay for it. You know, your opponent can recover so quickly, especially a player like Kwos who has a bunch of war factories. And as soon as a window of opportunity opens, you have to take it, or you know, it'll come back and bite you. And we saw that there. Zedd could have got something done early on, but it was hard. I mean, it was a tough position either way for Zedd.
Yeah, but this is going to be a very, very different game right now. You know, Soviet versus Soviet is one game. That's Kwos' game.
Yeah.
But now we're going into AVA, and this is where Zedd has proven his prowess. Ivor, this is where Zedd is super strong. Can Kwos pull out a win here, or will Zedd even out the score right now?
Yeah, and both players have really settled in nicely to what AVA looks like in this format. Obviously, AFC Wars is so huge, and both players understand the assignment with that. They want to get their Eagles out early. They want to prevent the other person's AFC. But at the same time, the Allied look compared to Soviet, it's more diverse. There's a lot of different openings you can bring. But as I say that, both players very similar here, a little bit conservative, neither one stretching towards a plateau. With Allied, it's a little less important to capture map control early on, I'd say. A little more important to protect yourself. Kwos out with a super early Rocky. Zedd had that scouted, though, so he will see it. Kwos now making a stretch for that bottom plateau and a super early Eagle. And
ooh, Kwos going super early air here. Now, we've seen many players try to do this. Zedd is very good, well-versed at defending this. We're going to see if the Eagle can get the IFE.
That's what it's all about.
Does get the IFE.
But another IFE
comes out.
It's tough, man. The Eagle Rocky straight strat, I mean, as a player, if you have it scouted, to me, I'm excited about it, unless it's Woody. Unless it's Woody, if a player brings a look like this, as long as you have it scouted early, I think you're in usually pretty good shape to counter it. But the big thing is, when do you just, like right now, Zedd's in anti-air mode. And so 4 IFVs, and now he's switching over to Grizzlies. And no AFC for Zedd. Now an AFC out for Zedd. The paradrop
Yeah,
also
but the
very
third
important.
eagle, yeah, the third eagle is going to be out very soon to be able to snipe this AFC. And like you said, the paradrop is super crucial here, Ivor. It could be all the difference in the world, and here it comes as we speak. Oh,
Yep.
okay, he's going to use it in a back position and then walk it forward.
But yeah,
I
able to
like
snipe,
that.
sniping a couple on the way down. Kwos is not building a third eagle right now, which is very questionable. Ooh, no anti-air in that group from Kwos. Those Rockies could get some nice chip damage from Zedd if he targets. Oh, okay, so now his Rockies into counter. And here come the 3 eagles. Ooh, and Zedd, you cannot lose your eagles early on. You don't want to lose the AFC. You definitely don't want to lose the eagles. That's going to be a bad chain reaction.
Oh, and Kwos with the prism tower in the front lines, and the eagles are still circling. They're circling. They're circling. They're coming in. And
Ooh.
down goes Zedd's FC with 3 eagles. Devastating. Zedd did win the tank
Zedd
battle.
is-
He's pushing
Zedd is-
Kwos' base back.
Yep, and Zedd is winning the frontline battle here with these IFVs, these rock. Zedd, now here we are again. The question to counterpunch. Ooh, dives right into that IFV. Not ideal. Zedd has to try to find an opening here. He does have a slight edge right now. Goes for the expansion. This should chain react. Does take the prism.
Yeah, indeed. So we've got 7 oils for Zedd, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oils for Kwos. So Zedd is ahead on oils, does get another AFC up. The question is this one getting its type? This one is located a little bit closer to the Patriot, and it's going to be a little bit harder to snipe here. Zedd gets an elite Rocketeer. That's very crucial. Here come the Eagles. Can they get it? Can they get it?
Oh,
They do get it, but he loses an Eagle for
God.
it.
you can't. I mean, you can't have. You can keep losing AFCs, but you can't. Not with Eagles on the pad. You can't lose Eagles. You just don't. It's just devastating. It's devastating to your economy. It's devastating to your morale. It's devastating to my happiness. It's really, really rough.
Yeah, but he did get the lab out before Kwos. He's
Yeah.
already has a few Mirages on the field. Another AFC comes out for Zedd. And Rocketeers coming in here, cleaning up these GIs. Very nice. Zedd is not out of this yet. Both players looking super strong here. It's going to be, can Kwos get the good value with these Eagles? That's what it's going to come down to. And here they come.
And I'd like to see another Patriot missile from Zedd. Yeah, so when they come in, if they hit an AFC, if you can get 2 or 3 of them each time, that's not that bad of a trade-off. I mean, you're going to lose your paradrop, but worse things can happen. It does keep you from having Eagles. You should take all 4. You should have the anti-air. Look at Zedd's money right now. He's got 12K. He should have the anti-air to take all the Eagles with him if he's going to dive like that. And Kwos, speaking of anti-air, Kwos has a lot of Eagles. And I was going to say the naval rush. And Kwos, first one in the water, out with prism tanks. Man, this is tough. This is tough.
Yeah, so Zedd gapping up his base here. He has 2 gaps in strategic positions, and he force shields the naval yard so that he can keep producing Navy to try and get something done here. But the aircraft carrier is out, and that area is scouted because of the Dolphins. And the Rocketeers, look how many Rocketeers are coming in
it's
now.
a lot of Rockies. Eagles on the. Oh, he baits them. He baits his IFVs out of position. The Eagles come in.
Oh,
So there goes the battle lab.
wow. And
Yeah.
now he's coming in with the Rocketeers again, going for these naval yards. The naval yards are going to go down, although he doesn't want to give Zedd an elite, and the prism fight commences here in the bottom. Kwos is pushing it, but can he push the Rocketeers? Move into a good position here. They're going to snipe a lot of Kwos' tanks before the FEs come.
He's diving the Rockies on the prism tanks. That's a great move from Zedd, but it's still a really, really scary position. His IFV's in great position. He's holding on nicely, but those prism tanks wasn't able to get the prism tanks. Now there's too many left, and Zedd really out of options, left with a handful of IFVs to defend himself. Just diving on the prism tanks. And Kwos is broke. Kwos is broke, but yeah, I mean, if Zedd could have handled that army, it would have been really tough. Kwos put everything into that, but a player like Kwos, he makes that calculation. You know, he says, I have enough to take him here. You know, if it would have failed, Kwos would have been behind, but he didn't fail. He was coming at him from air, coming at him from land, and it's one of those positions where it's not really Zedd doing a lot of things wrong. It's Kwos doing a lot of things right very quickly. Kwos is just looking absolutely devastating right now.
Yeah, Kwos, I mean, hasn't lost a series all tournament, and he's looking strong here in the finals against the one and only Zedd that really, took a lot of effort to get to this point.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Kwos just looking too strong.
Yep. And also we're seeing here too a couple people Zane mentioning in chat. Um, okay. Yeah, Zed looking a little nervous. Kwos, top level player. He's been in these positions a lot more times, and in a critical, $150, $200 tournament like this, championship match, that has a very serious mental impact. And like most things in life, experience matters. Kwos has been on center stage in these big positions more often, and you see Kwos. Kwos is looking tried and true. He's cold-blooded in these positions. He's the same Kwos in the first point as he's going to be in the ninth point. And Zedd is warming up a little bit still. You still see him kind of coming into form a little bit. It is best of 9. The question is, how long will it take him to start hit his full stride? Will it be enough time to make a comeback? And Kwos now bringing some early GIs. We'll see if he's going to push with them. Quick shout to the chat. Smary, appreciate you mentioning Snark's audio. I never know about the audio, man. Then I go watch the stream later. I'm like, why did no one tell me about the audio? Snark's audio is perfect. So Snark, don't move. That's what Smary says. Dark Axe.
I'm frozen in place.
Yeah,
man.
don't move. Dark Axe. Hey, man, welcome to the chat. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Got a good game here. Yeah, Frank, the Kwos effect. That's what it's all about here. And Zedd not even really attempting to counter these GIs.
Oh, yeah, some sentries up, but is it going to be enough? That oil's going to go down. That's devastating. Oh, that puts him behind so much. The radar is out, but there's a dog on the barracks. Any Deso that tries to leave that barracks will die immediately. These GIs getting so much value here. Zedd does manage to clean them up.
Wow.
But he's an oil behind. Kwos on 4 freaking oils right now. Kwos on 4 oils, Ivor.
Yeah, Kwos on 4, and this is a great move for Allied. We've talked about it all tournament. How do you get into the mid game? That's where Allied is able to take an edge. In the very early, Soviet has an advantage, and then it swings to Allied very sharply as we move into mid and late game. And the question for Allied is, how do you get there? And a good answer is messing with them with GIs early on. Throw the Soviet player out of their loop, confuse them, throw off their economy, throw off their build. Alt in the War Factory does get it. That'll slow them down nicely, but unfortunately, Kwos on 4 oils. If Zedd can't make something happen quickly, Kwos is going to just radically pull ahead.
Well, actually, with that War Factory snipe, Zedd is now even. He's also on 4 oils, 5 oils now for Kwos. So Zedd is actually caught up, and he's back in this. Only now the War Factory comes out for Kwos, and he's behind 3 tanks. So he might have air, but the radar is already out for Zedd. And I'm thinking, he got an oil snipe in the beginning, but he got a War Factory snipe in the beginning. They're in pretty even positions right now.
Yeah. I guess the concerning thing is this position doesn't look like one that Soviet's going to be able to close early, and I think it's so important that Soviet gets that compensation early on. And but you're right. I mean, as far as things go right now, if Zedd's able to counter it, would like to see some anti-air. Ooh, God, Kwos.
And Kwos with a snipe on the flak track. He's going to lose his War Factory.
Does get another flak track out.
Devastating.
Gets a flak track out. Now going to pull out those Rockies. Great. I mean, Kwos really picking targets well. GI's on the front line. Prism Tower.
Oh, and he gets a barracks, so he cancels the War Factory he was building.
Yep.
Right? Zedd was building a lab. It got cancelled because the War Factory died. Zedd was building a War Factory. It got cancelled because the barracks died. And Kwos is just not taking a break, not letting Zedd breathe.
Yep. Kwos is dialed in. I mean, these aggressive tactics right now, and his economy still flowing. That early oil. Kwos is putting the hours on this map. He's playing it. He's playing a very game theory optimal strategy. I'm looking really, really nice right now.
Wow. And, every time Zedd was building a War Factory, the barracks got sniped again, and he just couldn't build it. And at that point, the game was over, and Zedd just quit, which brings the score to a freaking 3-0.
Yep. And that's right. And Kwos really picking targets there. That's high level play with your Eagles. Know what your opponent's building. Hit the building that allows that tier. Really, really nice. It's just top level play, and to be in there against it, pretty devastating. Okay, all right. So coming into game number 4, this is best of 9. So Zedd can give up another one and still make a comeback. Yeah, and with those 3 wins, you guys know what that means. We got a...
The red player is on fire.
The red player is on fire. Thank you, Robot Dragon. 3 wins in a row. Zedd has not put up a point yet. Certainly not the way to start off a match like this. You lose a lot of momentum, the mental state. We've talked about Zedd before. One of Zedd's worst enemies is himself. And in these positions, falling behind on momentum, it's tough. But Zedd doesn't give up. He doesn't roll over. Although
Zedd,
the GI rush from
look
Zedd
at
here.
Zedd.
And the GI rush is one of those...
I'll be back in a sec, sorry.
All right. The GI rush is one of those things where, yes, it is done by players who are tilted, but it can also work. Especially on this map, we've seen it work many times. Moving quickly is a big part of it, trying to get in there, and then your opponent has a few different ways to counter it. Kwos countering it with conscripts, rhinos, and sentries, and it does get a bunker out now, so Zedd, we'll see if Zedd tries to take that back alley, maybe try to backdoor him here. Sniper out to try to counter the conscripts. Not going to work super well against the bunker, though. And Kwos not bringing out a radar. So Kwos is not bringing out... And Kwos... So now Kwos backdooring with 2 rhinos. Absolutely nothing there. 2 bunkers out now. GI's getting melted. Ooh. And the bunker strategy. Next time someone asks, how do you counter the GI rush? Bunkers. Now you guys know. Yep. Kwos looking tough. You guys hang around, though. Even if this one does go quick, we do have a... we are going to debut next month's tournament. We have another $200 tournament coming up next month. We're going to debut next month's map. No one has seen this map yet, okay? We have this brand new map. Me and BB Glass have been working on it absolutely the last month, pouring hours into it. Anyway, the new map's going to be sick. We're gonna run a gauntlet on that after this. We're testing out a new feature for Blitz called the Chrono Cannon, which is an anti-oil structure, which specifically targets oil derricks to prevent players like Ed from the Anaconda tactics. So, anyway, guys, we got some fun stuff coming up after this. After Zedd makes an epic comeback and entertains us. That's what I mean by that. All right. Zedd now in the top left. Oh, this isn't right. This isn't right.
Player battle control terminated.
Factions were off. I had the factions off on that one. I don't know how the players don't notice. It's like, if you're playing Blitz and you have Allied twice in a row, it's like something's wrong, you know? They're in it. They're committed, though. I get it. All right. So Zedd with Soviet, Kwos with Allied. Yeah, we'll open it up after this. We'll run a gauntlet, so any of you guys can hop in and play the new map. It'll be fun. I'm excited about the new map. We're in for a real treat. All right. Let's see if Zedd can put on a little bit of a show for us. You don't want to get 5-0'd. You just don't want to get 5-0'd. It's never fun. It's never fun. Wisdom, that's right. Zedd, give us some entertainment, buddy. All right, Kwos with a slightly conservative build here from Allied, out with an early Grizzly. And Kwos mixing things up a lot. Doesn't bring any air this time. His last Allied looked, he went heavy air. Zedd out now with Soviet, getting those rhinos rolling quick. And Zedd gonna look to bring something fast here. Kwos is gonna see it coming. And it's just going to come down to the clicks and the speed. Wait, is it, the stream is low quality right now? Is it really? I asked, man, I got a new computer set up. I did a test stream for half an hour and I was asking everyone how it looked. Damn it. All right, so pushing in. Zedd with a lot of sentries on that cliff. A lot of sentries there. He is winning the sentry battle. And Zedd does pull ahead on that. That just severely out-sentries him there. That controls that plateau. Going to be able to snipe that oil. That oil is going to take a sentry with it, though. Let's see what the players bring here. Okay, and so Zedd has quite a few rhinos right now. Going to continue the base stretch. I'd like to see a forward barracks. Zedd on 4K. I'd like to see a forward barracks here from Zedd. Get some conscripts in the mix. Get some dogs going, some fodder. Going to push right into these grizzlies. Oh, Prism Tower. Nice Prism Tower from Kwos. But Zedd's really keeping those sentry guns pumping right now. Oh, and does pull ahead there. Yeah, that forward barracks from Zedd. You hate to lose a battle like this with 5K. If he could have got a barracks on the front line there, could have got some conscripts in the fight. And Kwos pulling ahead nicely here. Going to be able to take that oil Derrick. That'll get a nice chain reaction. Zedd on 3. Zedd on 3 war factories, though. And he's just pumping rhinos. Pumping rhinos right now. Okay, flak track to counter those Rockies. Nice, nice. Paradrop coming on the top side to defend himself. Kwos might look to push those conscripts or those GIs. Deso out to counter on the top side. Nice counter. So Kwos switching over to Battle Lab Tech. Going to try to get some Mirages out to counter these rhinos. And Zedd's got a lot of rhinos pumping, and his economy's pumping nicely. Out with a Battle Lab now. Yeah, and Zedd looking pretty comfortable. Gets a flak track out. Eagles are going to come. Just sells the Battle Lab. The Eagles go home. You see the Eagles were like, okay, mission accomplished. No more Battle Lab. Yeah, Kwos is dialed in, man. Kwos is a machine. That's for sure. Ooh, and the demo truck. Oh, and... Ooh, Kwos sees the demo truck and makes him pay for it. And that was just bad. That was just bad timing. Kwos had the Eagles headed somewhere else. Saw the demo truck, took the target. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
Mirage.
you know, it's to be aware of the map. It's very crucial, and it's unfortunate for Zedd.
Yep. Ooh, and now beats him into the water. Yeah. Zedd hung on there a little bit, but yeah. Kwos looking sick nasty. Snark, you're watching the stream right now. Confirm for me. Are we streaming in 720p? Buffalo says we're in 720p.
Let me have a quick look at that. We are in 720p, yes.
So it's really bad quality right now.
720 isn't really bad, but it's not optimal for sure.
What do I normally stream at?
1080.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Alright, so in the top left of Paradrop gets cleaned up.
And these now
Bill's gonna
with
go down.
control of the water with the Eagles, the Prism Tower. Yeah, pretty rough.
Just looking like a massacre here.
Yep, and yeah, and Zedd, you know, made Kwos work for it a little bit, but 5-0 from Kwos. It's not really a story of what Zedd did wrong. The story of Kwos being an absolute beast. I'm excited to see him next month in the tournament. We got a couple new players in there at the top level. It'll be fun to bring in Luke against Kwos. Will be fun to see in the next tournament. Luke, another top level player who should be able to contend with Kwos. Yeah, and QN. So QN and QN and Luke in the tournament next month, combined with Kwos. We should see some good games.
Yeah, let me just recap the story about QN, right? He comes, you know, never plays Blitz in his life, and you know, Jazz is like, you know, let's practice, whatever. QN comes in, first game in his life, right? First year, and he's crushing Jazz game after game after game. That's QN. Alright, so he's gonna be in next month's tournament, which is gonna be nuts.
Yep. And I'm excited to see those to see now that we have some of these other players at that top level. I'm excited to see QN because he hasn't been in a tournament much. Early on, I tried to get him to play Blitz. He wasn't really interested. He's slowly been converted. He likes it. He's good at it. It'll be fun to see.
Yeah, and that's, you know, that has been the vibe around the community. Slowly, more and more, and all of a sudden we've got how many groups next month?
Yeah, so 4 divisions next month. Division 1, 2, and
4
3.
divisions.
And
Oh
the
my
pro.
gosh.
Yep. And it's a real underdog story because you can win your way all the way up. The D3 player can win to go to D2, go to D1, and then go to pro. It's possible. You never know.
Indeed, and Zedd proved it here. You know, he was in the
Yeah.
second division, and he got to the finals to face Kwos. He beat Jazz, he beat everyone along the way, including Zayn. So,
Yeah.
you know, Zedd might, you know, Kwos might look extremely OP, but it's all in comparison. Zedd has been no joke this tournament. He really has put on a great show.
Yep, beats Jaws in his first match. I mean, beat a lot of good players and taking home $50 for this. But it looks like Kwos is storming down the gates right now with a decisive victory in this game number 5 to win it 5-0, take home the $150 for Kwos. And Zedd calls
Wow.
GG, not able to put up a point. Wow.
What, what a massacre here. And, you know, this only makes me more excited to see what we're going to see. Like, if Kwos is this level, right? And we know that you have players like QN or Woody, which are also this extreme level. What happens when you put an unstoppable force in front of an immovable object, right?
Yep.
It's going to be interesting.
Yep, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. All right, guys, we got some fun stuff in store right now. The stream's not going anywhere. We got a brand new map that's going to be played in the $200 tournament next month. No one has seen the map yet. We got a brand new map we're going to be playing.